Today we will discuss some commands of home menu, and also we are going to create a little salary slip. Okay, so how can we see the salary slip? For that purpose, I'm going to convert my sheet to page layout. First of all, here it is in page layout. Now I don't want it to be portrait, I want it to be landscape. I will go to page menu, page layout menu, and click landscape command. It will be converted to landscape mode this way. Okay, first of all, I will write the company name on the top. Here I'm going to write the name of our academy here. After that, I will introduce my academy affiliated with KPK, BTE, TTB, SDC, TTEC, SDA, Peshawar, and NAPTAC, Islamabad. Now I will write the title of this statement. This is a salary slip. Now I'll do a little formatting here. I am selecting this row. I will click merge and center, and I have increased the size of this cell. I'll provide it a font style also, and I'm going to apply a color over here. For example, I'm going to apply the brown color, but I need a background color also. It's okay. Now we are going to select this row, merge and center in the home menu, and I'll grow its font to the size of 12. This is a pretty much large font. It looks smaller on screen, but it's okay. Now I'm going to apply some formatting over here also. I will apply the light gray background and dark blue font size, font color, and I'll make it bold. Now this is the main heading of our today's work. I'll bring it to center with merge and center. I'll resize it to almost 36, and provide it a beautiful font from here. For example, I'm going to apply bonnet empty. It looks better. Now I'll give it white color, and the background will be the black. It looks nice. Now what other cells we need over here? We need first of all, in this portion I need employee ID. It looks a little smaller. I'll increase its length, and employee name, and then I'll provide designation, these three columns will be on the left, and it will be like that. But after you will increase the size of your cell, the data on the top heading will flow to the next page. We will cover it next. To that, I will leave some cells blank here, and on the right side I will write some other details. For example, for the month of, and for the month of, and then amount of salary, and that is total or issue date. These cells will contain here, and now I'm going to merge and center it. I'm going to merge and center this one, and I'm going to merge and center this one. For the top, I will re-merge it. These three cells are moving to the next page, that's why I re-merge them by clicking the same button again and by clicking merge and center to move it to the desired position where I want them. Now this portion must have borders. This is the border button. In the home menu, I am going to apply the thick outside border. You can see the black color border over here. I need some borders. For that, I will apply all borders here, and I need some borders here also. I will apply all borders here also. Okay. Now I want these cells to contain a background color. Gray suits here, so I have applied the gray background color in these cells. I'll make it bold. I'll make these bold too. Now below that, I'll prepare some details over here. In the detail, I will divide my page into two portions. The first one will be income, and the second one will be expenses. Okay, let's see how can we do it. I will merge and center these three cells, and I will type the heading incomes. I will merge and center these some cells, and I will provide the heading of deductions. Okay. Now here I will give some incomes, but first of all I will select these two, and I'll provide white text color with a dark black background, and make them bold and make them a little heavier in font. That looks good. Now here are the incomes, and here are some deductions. Let's see what should we do. For example, I say gross salary. Gross salary is a income that company gives the employee. Now with that gross salary, I will apply some bonuses, allowances. Okay, here for example, our company gives medical allowance, our company gives children allowance, transport allowance, city allowance, and okay, increment. Of salary, and you can add some more also. I think these are enough for this setup. Now I'll wrap it down so I can make the cell size according to the data. I'll provide something values over here also. These values will be, for example, I say we are providing the gross salary to that person 60,000 rupees. Employee ID is 1001. Employee name is you can write any name over here. Designation is he is general secretary. Okay, and the month is, you can type the name of month. For example, we say it's October 2022. Amount and issue date will be provided later. Now I provided some here. Here we can see. Now I say that we are giving the medical allowance, which is in some sort of percentage, okay, with the gross salary. We say that we will give the medical allowance of 10% over gross salary. First of all, we must know the cell number of gross salary, that is B8. That is B8, column number B and row number 8. Now I'm here to apply the formula. Is equal to B8 gross salary static. I'm going to provide how much? 15%. B8 static 15%. This will calculate the amount. Now children allowance, that will be also on basic pay or gross salary. I think we should give it the name of basic pay. That will be the best. Okay, we say we will provide 12%. That is basic pay. Okay, now coming down over here, basic pay, that is B8 multiplied by transport allowance 8%. Basic pay multiplied by city allowance, for example 18%. Basic pay multiplied by, for example, our annual income increment is 10%. These are some increments over here. Here we say gross pay. Now this will be the gross pay. This will what we'll do here, we'll apply only the formula of sum is equal to sum, bracket starts, and we will sum all of these values. Okay, bracket close and enter. It has calculated the net sum of incomes. Now let's move on to the deductions. Deductions are the value that are deducted from the salary. Now for that purpose, for example, we say we will deduct tax. We have find employee to some amount. We will deduct the GP fund. We will deduct some sort of provident fund, and also I think these are okay. These are some deductions over here. We can enlarge this cell to this extent by applying merge and center. If you want to leave it blank, you can enlarge it also. Now I'll make this portion also enlarged. I'll write the amounts over here only. Now I say that tax will be 5% of basic pay. The basic pay is cell number B8, okay, is equal to B8 multiplied by 5%. Fine will be B8 multiplied by 7%. GP fund will be B8 multiplied by, for example, 6%, and provident fund will be B8 multiplied by 5%. And I'll give it a heading over grant total over here. And I'll sum these deductions is equal to sum, and I will select all of these cells. And now it's okay. After deductions, I will merge these cells also, and I will give it the heading of net salary. Net salary will contain this gross pay minus this grant total, okay. So is equal to cell number of gross pay minus cell number of deductions total, and this will give us the net salary of that employee. After that, I will select this bottom portion. I'll provide it black and white color. I'll make it bold. I will increase the font size of this also. And that's all. We have calculated the salary slip of our employee in Microsoft Excel. Now this is also an automated salary. Now amount of salary can be shown here also, is equal to, and cell number of this. Issue date you can apply it manually. For example, we are issuing the salary today on 20th October 2020. This is the salary slip. Now if you change this amount only, for example we say it is 70,000, it will calculate all the amounts automatically because it contains formulas, okay. It just needs a basic salary, employee number and employee name, and no other value will be changed. That's why we call it automatic or automated. We'll save it, file, save, browse, and we'll give it the name of salary. This is our salary slip in Microsoft Excel. Now for the home menu, we will calculate some counts over here also. In this menu, we will discuss the basic commands. Basic commands like cut, copy, paste, format painter, and these you already know them very well. I need some file over here, so I will open a file that should contain a little bit of text. That's okay, I think. It contains multiple values, so we will be flexible to use it over here. Now here, first of all, we have cut, copy, paste and format painter. These are the most basic commands. For example, I'm going to select these values. First of all, I'll select command copy. We can also apply the shortcut of it, Control C. I'll click here. I'm going to another sheet. I'll click paste. You can paste it over here somewhere also on this sheet. Okay, I pasted on the next sheet because I don't want it to be there. Okay, now I'll select these three columns. I don't want them to be in front. I need them at the last portion. I'll click cut command and then I'll take my cursor to the last of this sheet and click paste. This will be pasted. You can also apply shortcut key Control X for cut and Control V for paste. Now format painter. Format painter is a very good thing to apply formatting over multiple columns. For example, I selected the column. I'll provide it the red background color and I'll give it the white text color. I make it bold and I increase the font size. Now I'm also going to align it to the center of the cell. I need consecutive columns to be in the same format. For that purpose, I will select this column. I will click Format Painter and I will drag this brush over the column where I need it. Okay, I'll just select the column. I'll click the Format Painter and I'll drag the Format Painter over the column where I want to apply the formatting. This will copy the format from one point to another point. It can do we can do it by short key by Control Shift C and then we will select the next column, Control Shift V. This will also apply it in this way, but I think it will not work in Microsoft Excel. It works well in Microsoft Word. Okay, this is for Format Painter. We can apply the format from one place to another place. Next one is, you know it very well. For example, these are the font styles. You can choose any font from here to apply over the selected data. For example, I need this coronet font. Coronet is not looking good. Exotic BT font. This looks very nice over my text. You can see. I want to increase the font size. I can choose the size from here. I want to increase my font by this button also. This is increase font size. You can click this capital A and it will increase the font size. If you want to decrease your font, you can click the decrease font button. Keyboard shortcut for these two buttons is Control and parenthesis. Start, Control and parenthesis, close. Okay. Now, if you want to make some text bold, select that text and click bold button or press Control B short key. If you want to make some text slanted or italic, select the text and click I button or press Control I. If you want to underline some text, just select the text and go to underline button or press Control U. You can also choose the style of underline over here, single underline or double underline. Like I have applied the underline on the remarks column. Okay. If you want to remove these formatting, just select them and click on the same button again. The formatting will be removed. Now, if you want to apply the borders over your sheet, for example, I have not applied any borders. If you go to print, you will see that your page has no borders. Okay, that means you can't print these lines of Microsoft Excel. These lines are known as grid lines. Grid lines will be displayed on the screen only. These are not for printing. If you want to print grid lines, you have to apply the border. I am selecting some text and I am going to apply the border. For example, thick outside border. Go over file, print, you will see that it contains the outside border. Now I am going to apply all borders, and I'll go to file and print command. You can see that it contains borders now, and the borders will be printed also. The next one is highlight color or background color. You can apply any color to yourself. Next one is the font color. It will apply the color over your font, as I make this text green color. Okay, this is the font menu and the clipboard menu. If you can use this menu, if you want to use this menu some other way, here is another way to use this menu. You can click the arrow symbol on the bottom of the menu. This will open a dialog box. This dialog box contains all of these commands which are here in the menu. For example, you have selected some text over here, and you will go to font dialog box, and you are going to choose the font style, make it bold, resize it. You can apply the color. You can apply strike through, superscript, subscript, bold, italic, and these things also. You can also apply the borders, and you can also provide the fill color or background color. You can see you can use this menu this way also by opening the dialog box for menu. Okay, dialog box opens from the button on the extreme right of the tab. These are few commands that we have discussed for the home menu.